All right, let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another version of Berg is the Word. My name is Mark Bergin, and last night, if you did not see this, the Alliance of American Football outdrew the ratings for the primetime NBA game. So between the 9 o'clock and 11 p.m. hours, this new football league, the Alliance of American Football, had 2.9 million people watching the NBA primetime game between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder had 2.5 million people watching. Just goes to show you, Americans watch football. Doesn't matter which league it is, doesn't matter which level, people tune in to watch football and tune in to watch the action. So again, this new league, the Alliance of American Football, debuting last night. There are 8 teams in the league. There will be 4 games each weekend, 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And so the first 2 games last night already outdrawing the primetime NBA game. I certainly understand that it was the debut, so ratings tend to be a little bit higher when something debuts, but it just goes to show that people don't care really who's behind the uniform or who's underneath the helmet. People in America watch football. And I thought it was absolutely remarkable. If you saw the big hit in the San Antonio-San Diego game, where the defender literally hits the quarterback and his helmet pops off his head, it was absolutely remarkable to see. And what would have probably been called roughing the passer in the NFL or unnecessary roughness in what was probably a clean hit. And it just goes to show you, again, that people want to watch football. I thought it was really smart that the AAF decided to launch the week after the Super Bowl. A lot of people wondering, well, wait a second, isn't football season over after last weekend's game between the Patriots and the Rams? No, I thought it was really, really smart because there's going to be a bit of a void as well because people are going to want to watch football. And again, the ratings show that. That clearly reflects that last night. A couple of other things I noticed too. You had Steve Spurrier as on the sidelines as well. And so he's back on a sideline coaching as well. Pretty cool to see him mic'd up throughout the game. Whoever's watching right now, can you hear me on audio? Please let me know if you're watching this. Anyone watching, if you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, just because I had some audio issues with the last Facebook Live, which is why I'm redoing this one. But Steve Spurrier mic'd up on the sidelines, did his own version of the the Philly special, calling it the Orlando special. And so that was really exciting to see that in that game as well, in the sense that, you saw a trick play and you saw just his shenanigans on the sidelines with him. They had a microphone. One of the things he said is, make sure my player actually makes the catch this time. But, there'll be plenty of viral GIFs and just sound clips that he'll have throughout the season coaching the Orlando franchise. But CBS put up this graphic during the game that I thought was super interesting. It had a breakdown of where players in the NFL are drafted, whether it's the first round through the 7th round. So first round, second round, third round, and so forth. The most amount of players in the NFL are actually undrafted players, which I honestly did not know until watching last night's action. So certainly this is an audition for several of the players in the AAF trying to make it into the NFL. It's a more lucrative league to get more cash and paychecks as well. So between that and the referees as well, something I thought was really remarkable and really cool about what the AAF did last night is during the replay reviews, they take you into the booth and you get to hear the communication between the sideline referee and the referee in the booth who ultimately makes the decision when a play is challenged, when a play is under review. I thought that transparency was great. I thought the NFL could really learn from that, especially in light of the NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Saints. And what was certainly an unmemorable Super Bowl, the thing that people are really going to remember from the NFL season is the missed no call on the pass interference from the NFC Championship game between the Saints and the Rams. But I thought it was a really impressive debut for the AAF. We'll see. There are 2 more games today as well. I think it's so smart to break up the games between Saturday and Sunday. Don't put all of them, at one time. That way you'll be able to watch each of the 4 games each week. And again, there are 8 teams in this league too, so they'll have 4 games for several weeks until they have some sort of playoff format. But certainly some former NFL talent and big-time college players as well. I know Denard Robinson, the former Michigan quarterback, is one of the running backs in this league. And so it's going to be fun to watch. It's football. And again, it outdrew last night's NBA primetime game. 2.9 million watched the AAF last night between the 9 and 11 p.m. hours. Only 2.5 watched the NBA primetime game between the Rockets and the Thunder. It just goes to show you football is king in this country. And to me, it was just, that's absolutely incredible for how much publicity, especially if you follow along on Twitter, that the NBA gets. You would think that an NBA primetime game would easily outdraw this brand new football league, but it didn't. And another thing, too, that I thought was, remarkable with the AAF in its debut this weekend was this. Because it is first to market, how is the XFL, as an expansion football league, going to market and brand itself? The XFL is going to have to get some prime time star power that the AAF does not have. I'm talking about players like, a Tim Tebow or a Johnny Manziel or a Colin Kaepernick to draw people in to watch. The AAF, from what I could tell last night, again, it was only 2 games, so we'll see what happens with this league moving forward, but had a pretty impressive debut, and now the XFL is going to have to try to figure out what it's going to do to differentiate itself to try to get people to watch. And maybe it'll be able to draw some sort of rating even with the AAF existing as, this alternate league. I want to see how the AAF coexists with the XFL and obviously the top dog, the king, in the NFL as well. But again, 2 games last night. There will be 2 more today, but we'll see. And, I want to know from you what stood out from you. Did you watch? But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here again. My name is Mark Bergin. This is Berg is the Word. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to share this with family and friends. I'd certainly appreciate that. All of you, enjoy the rest of your Sundays and take care. Sign off, everyone. Take care. So long. Talk to you next time.